In a small fishing village, there was a man known for having the smallest boat and the biggest heart. His name was Aaron. Every morning, long before the sun kissed the horizon, he'd push his old creaking boat into the endless blue. The other fishermen would often laugh. "Your net's too worn," they'd say, "your hands too soft, and your heart far too generous for this harsh sea." But Arun didn't fish just for himself. He fished so others could eat. Most days his catch was modest, just enough to soothe the ache in his own stomach. Yet, no matter how little he brought back, he always shared. "A full belly tastes better when others eat too," he would say, his smile genuine, even as his ribs showed through his thin shirt. One morning, after hours under the blazing sun, his net came back completely empty. His arms trembled with exhaustion. His lips were cracked with thirst. The other fishermen rowed past, their boats heavy with silver fish, tossing him pitiful glances. "Bad luck again, Arun," one called out. "Maybe the sea's forgotten you." Arun just nodded, whispering to the waves. Even the sea needs time to rest. That evening, he walked through the market, his stomach growling, when he spotted a small child sitting alone by the pier. The boy was crying softly, clutching an empty basket. "Why are you crying?" Aaron asked gently. "My father is sick," the boy sniffled, "and we haven't eaten for 2 days." Aaron looked down at his own hands, empty, blistered, and tired. He had nothing to give. And yet, looking into the boy's hollow eyes, his heart refused to stay still. He reached into his pocket and took out his only piece of bread, the one meal he had saved for himself. "Here," he said softly. "Take this to your father." The boy hesitated. "But what will you eat?" Aaron smiled faintly. "The sea will feed me tomorrow." That night, Arun sat alone on the sand, watching the moon shimmer across the waves. Hunger twisted in his belly, but a profound peace filled his heart. The next morning, he returned to the sea. The waves were higher than usual, the wind fierce. As he cast his net, a sharp tear split the old rope. "Not today," he whispered, desperate. He grabbed the edge and pulled with every ounce of his strength, but the weight was unbelievable. His small boat tilted, creaking, threatening to capsize. He pulled again and again, his muscles burning, until finally he lifted the net from the water. His eyes widened in disbelief. It was full, not just full, but overflowing with fish of every size, shimmering like a treasure of silver coins under the morning sun. He gasped, unable to comprehend it. The sea, which had been so silent for so long, had finally spoken, and it spoke in abundance. When he reached the shore, people ran to help him. "Arun, how did you catch so much?" they shouted in amazement. "What did you do?" Arun looked towards the vast ocean, his hands still trembling, and whispered, "I just gave what little I had." He didn't sell all the fish that day. He shared them, with the boy and his sick father, with the widows, and with anyone in need. The village feasted, and laughter echoed across the beach. From that day on, they no longer called him the unlucky fisherman. They called him the Blessed One. Years passed, and Aaron grew old, his hair as white as sea foam. When children would gather at his feet and ask, "Grandfather, how did you become so lucky?" he would smile and say, "The sea gives back what the heart sends out. Kindness is the greatest net of all. Because in the end, the waves don't remember how much you took, only how much you gave. So now I ask you, what kindness could you cast into the world today, not knowing when or how it might return? Maybe that's where your greatest catch is waiting. Share your answer in the comments because your story might just inspire someone else. And if this story touched your heart, please like this video, subscribe, and ring the bell, because every act of kindness, no matter how small, can create waves that reach farther than we ever imagine. Thank you for watching.